Well, hello everybody and welcome back to H1Z1, one of the most liked games on the planet at the moment, I believe, anyway, on the planet of Steam, I should say, especially by myself. Now, I did promise everybody a bit of a building episode today. That is still going to be the case, but believe it or not, I was just recording an episode and the bloody game crashed on me. Now, I could edit that bit of the video into this one, but I'm going to see if I can actually record 30 minutes without it kicking me out again. What it is, I don't know. There's one or two little issues that's been noted, one of which is, you know, when you go to open up your the gates or the doors on your bases, you know, even though you've already put them in, you would think that they would still, you know, be remembered by the machine, if you like. But every now and then you have to come back in and put the code back in yourself. So just watch out for that. And it, like I said, it just kicked me out. I moved those one of those Jeeps. It would not let me out of the Jeep. But then all of a sudden it did, and it came up, you have been disconnected. So hopefully we will get a 30-minute video out of this. Fingers crossed. But anyway, as you can see, now we have two Jeeps rather than two trucks. You know, in the last episode we had two green trucks. But now those two green trucks, I gave those out. I handed them out to other players because another friend of mine now, a new friend, Solo, came up and he was logging out of the game, and he said, look, he said, I've got a Jeep here, if you want it, it's yours, I'll bring it to you, which he did. So the further one away there, that's the one he brought round. The other one that's parked at a bit of an angle there, myself and Marie, another one of our teammates, we had a walk around the outskirts of the map yesterday, and we found a Jeep by the toxic mine. So there you go. So that answers the question, why have you got two Jeeps? There's the answer. I'm not hoarding these again. I really only want one. At the end of the day, you can only drive one vehicle at one given time. So hopefully, if there is anybody on at the end of this episode, I'm going to shout over the radio, I've got a Jeep, does anybody want one? Yeah, I'm that kind of person. Don't believe in hoarding. Yeah, I mean, if my truck despawns, I probably will have a whinge and a whine, but upwards and onwards, you've got to go and look for another one. Okay? Oh, it says I'm tired. Anyway, during the last 15 minutes of the video that I was recording, before I got rudely kicked out, I placed those three, one there, 2, 3 shacks. I shall show you what we've done. Now, as what I did, as you can remember, all this was empty here. I placed a double shack here, okay, so it's accessible, and I also went round here and I placed another double shack here, so it's no wasted room here whatsoever, okay. And I've got the door facing that way so we can use it. And again with this one, another double shack was placed here. Now the reason why I've put double shacks is so I can have upper shacks on top, maybe not facing outwards, facing inwards, because maybe if the developers get things sorted out, we may very well be able to put another roof on this, but I'm going to leave this one roofless, because I believe, like, I could be wrong, I believe it's the roofs that are actually making the trucks despawn through this part of the deck foundation. If you park a vehicle on an expansion, it will go through, because the other day, not long after Solo gave me this truck here, he actually parked it, I shall show you, just here. But I believe maybe the front tyres were actually on the expansion, okay. And anyway, I went off and I'd done a little bit of gathering, and I came back and the truck was underneath, you know, literally underneath here, smoking away it was. So I went off. I'm going to have to jump into my bed as I'm talking to you. I went, well, I came back over here and I made myself a couple of wrenches. The truck itself was at, I believe, that's not a bed. The truck was actually at about 3 or 4% in health, so I thought, oh shit, we're gonna blow. So I came back in here, I unloaded everything I had on myself, backpack, everything, and all I carried with me was 2 wrenches. So I went back underneath the base and I belted 7 bales of whatever you want into that vehicle. Gave it a little bit more health, but because it was still hitting, you know, the legs of the base, it was still causing harm. So I came back again and got a battery and plugs, jumped in the vehicle, and I managed to get it out. Then I took it from here down to a tamper ground that is owned by Flynn, where I used both of those wrenches on it to repair it, and it worked. So if you come across a vehicle that is actually in flames, if you've got the ability to get a couple of wrenches, you know, just keep smacking it. As long as it's not touching anything, you know, that's going to keep causing it damage, just keep smacking it with your wrenches, because it does work. Well, it worked for me anyway. Right, is what I'm going to have to do now is I need to make some... Let's just put these in here. As you can see, I went out and I went to town. I bought, what I mean I bought, I got myself 200 plus logs. I have 300 plus scrap metal, 154 metal bars, and I did have 80 odd sheets, but because I've just put those 3 shacks down, so now we have 49 sheets. So yeah, is what I want to do now is go through the door, not through the wall. That might be a help. So I want to make a couple of shacks. Now I could put a large one that way, and I could put another large one that way, another large one that way, a large one perhaps that way, and I want to try and put another one across there so it sort of protects the top of the gate. Okay, and maybe, hopefully, we might be able to stick another one on top of this one here that comes across the gate here. Okay, so all this area here, like I said, I'm only going to be keeping one of these trucks. Should be safe and sound, hopefully. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 upper shacks, and they're all doubles. Okay, so let's go off and make ourselves some shacks. 6 upper shacks. We should have enough materials for that. Let's have a look. Crafting 6 upper metal shacks coming up, I hope. There they are, upper level large. I'm going to type click in 6 there, but whether it's going to work I don't know, because the lower ones I typed clicked on to 3 and only 1 made, so I had to click on and on and on and on. You know where I'm going with that. This could take a pretty little minute, but hopefully the game doesn't crash and we can get this little part of the build finished together. Now on the top, once I've finished, on the top of this base I want to stick some more dew collectors and a load of torches. So it means we're going to have to go out and kill a load of animals. Well, it seems to be doing it this time, so hopefully the server won't crash again. Last night, myself and 4 other players, we all teamed up. Well, I say teamed up, we're all friends on Steam, and we went on a multiplayer server called Bollocks. Yeah, that's that it's an EU server, and that's what it was called, Bollocks. Now in the UK, bollocks actually means man's testicles. Okay, so don't take any offence, but that's what that's what the server was called. Again, what can't speak can't lie. But what a name to give a bloody server. But anyway, yeah, we had a good couple of hours fun on that. I was going to record it, but we're running around like headless chickens. There's 5 fellas. We all got arms up, and all it took was to run past this one base, and we all shit ourselves. And it was probably just one man, one player in that base. He took a couple of lucky shots. He hit Mr. Flynn, or Flynn, his name is. And that was it. We all we all ran for the hills down the south of the map. But yeah, it was good fun. I got to admit. But if you would like to see us playing that, the next time we're on, I shall indeed record an episode or two. But I can't. Oh yeah. We are like headless chickens when it comes to it, because I don't think there's actually one decent fighting player amongst us. But yeah, I will get round to recording an episode or two. Oh yeah, but yeah, it took us ages. Well, Axe, our friend Axe, he was trying to find his way to us. Dark Cloud Ninja, he found his way. Wrecker found his way. Myself and Flynn, we found each other fairly quickly. One, because we know the map, and two, well, you can respawn. So if you say, oh, let's all meet up at G5, which we do, just keep respawning until you hit G5. You know what I mean? Actually, where's that bloody door? But yeah, that's all we had to do. But I think we all just went round it the hard way. But yeah, I don't think we're seriously not PvE players. But oh shit, that door went round the wrong way. But never mind, I could put a door on there so it hides it. But anyway, let's get back to the build. Before I have a Connery on laughing about. Right, so we'll leave that one now. I'm not going to bother playing around with it. But you see there's a gap there. You can see daylight through the other side. Let's see, can I turn that around? No, actually I'm going to leave it there. Sod it. It's green. Yeah, there's a door coming on the inside. But, if I decide later on to change all this, we could just put a flight of stairs up on there, and away you go. So from the outside, there's going to be no doorways. So we'll stick that one up there. Now, to you, this might seem like a waste of resources, but trust me, it's not. Yeah, well, okay, in one way it is. But you will, you'll find, like later on, if you want a roof put up on a base, this is exactly what you're going to be doing. Right, let me just see if I can place that one there and one there. So yeah, that one will actually go across, which is good. But all the doors meet up. But like I said, I should probably just make a load of metal doors now, just to fill the holes. Now this one here, I'm hoping this is going to go across that way, and leave a dirty great hole down there. So let's try it and see. And it does. Can I turn it around because there's a fence there? No, I can't, because I was hoping it might block off that hole. But never mind. We can live with that there. So now that meets up with that side. I could always put a small shack there now. It will block off that door, but I'm not worried whatsoever about that. Not a bit. Because it's like I said, if we decide that we want to close this off later on, all these doorways will be covered anyway. They'll all be hidden. So as what we could do is we could put 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, well, another six doors, and well, you wouldn't see any holes there. Okay, but now from the outside, you see, it's going to be harder for people to, you know, perhaps throw. It's just going to be pot luck, because they're not going to know where my Jeep is actually parked. It could be parked here, it could be parked here, it could be parked over there. You know where I'm going, don't you? Yeah, so it will be just a case of pure luck on their part on hitting the truck. So I could deal with that. So now is what we can do. We haven't got much of a shape, but if I close, like I say, close that off, I could put a small shack there. Let's go and have a look to see what it looks like from up above, and you'll probably find that you can still shut the gate. Okay, so let's have a quick look upstairs just to see what that might look like from an upper view. There you go. That's what it looks like. But I'm leaving the vehicle out in the open purposely because I don't want to keep bloody having to go and find one. And I believe at the moment this is what the problem is. The vehicle needs a certain amount of space all around it that's above, sides, back and front. Otherwise it's just going to knock into things and cause damage. So now you see is what we could do. That's the only downer now is this part here, because we've got a hole. Yes, we've got a hole, but we could still access this part with no problem, just a quick jump across. And as I said, we could always put a set of stairs in here, and then that way that shack could actually be used with no problem. Or we could just close it off, like I said, and put a small shelter there, which I think I'm more likely in, pushing myself towards. But now we can put dew collectors pretty well much all the way around, okay, just for decoration. Or we could just put loads and loads and loads of bee boxes. Again, I could be pushed that way. We could actually go and see how many bee boxes that we may be able to make. But no, as far as building is concerned now, I think this base is pretty well sorted. There's one or two little things that I might change. Again, I might very well change my mind in having these lower shacks and just leaving it with the upper shacks, because all I've done this for is just for that little added security, especially if somebody has stood up on the roof over there. It's going to make it a lot harder for them to see any trucks that, as far as they're concerned, there may not be any trucks in it. And because I've got a roof, they're probably going to think, well, he's obviously got his truck or something parked inside. See where I'm going with that? Yes, indeed. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to block this one off, I think, this door. I'm going to go and make a small shelter. A small upper shelter. So I could park that there. Again, I shall quickly show you what I mean about these doors. Did I just mention this part here? I'm pretty sure I did. So if you just walk up slowly, you can actually see if there's a vehicle or anything up underneath. And if you're inclined to go around the map looking for these sort of problems, there you go. I can just see a wheel there. So if you're a good shot, or or get a lucky shot in, you could probably start striking that with an arrow. So this is the reason why there's these sleep mats here. I think I may have explained it in my last video, the last video that I got kicked out from. But yeah, a friend called Solo gave me a truck, well, this Jeep here, and he was the one that told me about that. Stick a couple of sleep mats in front of your gate, because that will make it very, very difficult for anybody to fire arrows into your base. So that's the reasoning behind those sleep mats. Right, I think I might actually go and make that shack now. We're going to make this one up here. The doors, like I said, I'm not worried about, because it's not as if anybody could jump up there and use them. So we're going to make a small upper shelter. Right, crafting shelter. We want shelter. There it is. No, that's not. That's an upper shelter we want. Upper shelter. That's the fellow. Why is that not? Oh, it is. This bloody torch I'm looking at. Speaking out loud, or thinking out loud, I should say. Right, upper shelter. Let's craft one of those. As you can see, we've still got loads and loads of resources left. Very good. I can live with that. Okay, now let me have a look at B boxes. How much? Because I've got 51 tarps. B boxes would be just there. Well, it says I can make 51 because I've got 51. What do you call it? So 4 metal brackets, 4 wooden planks, and tarp and nails. It's doable. Very doable. So yeah, I'm going to look into that. Maybe in a while. Yeah, I might look into that and see what it looks like. And a couple of the old dew collectors on top. I do apologise for it being night time. Right, let's put this bad boy. I'm going to stick it here. There we go. Where's the door? And would you Adam and Eve it? The door is there. But you can, if you misplace something, you can stand on it or stand near it and press E, and you will pick it up again. But it only gives you a 30-second, I think, chance of picking it up. So just bear that in mind. And that works again with pretty well much any structure that you use. But I have noticed that, like the stairs, the ramps, if you place one of those down, sometimes, I'm not sure if it's all of the time, but sometimes if you press E on it as soon as you play, it won't let you pick it up again. So, you know, just be sure that wherever you're putting your ramp or your stairs is exactly where you would like it to go, because otherwise you're going to be stuck with a ramp or stairs where you don't want them. So now all we need around this little part of the base are a shared load of torches. So how many are we going to need? 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to need at least 10 torches to make this like viewable at night time. I think I might have enough stuff for that, but I'm going to probably do that sort of thing off camera. But we shall see. Right, now getting on to my other videos. I've downloaded a few games. I've got Creativerse. Now, would you like to see a series of Creativerse? And I've also just downloaded Alien Isolation. Now, I know that game has been out for a good number of months now. Would you like to see us play an episode, well, a series of that? I've got what's that? Miscreated. Would you like to see a series of Miscreated? Because these games are always being updated quite regularly. I'm not sure about the Alien Isolation. I don't, because I think that's the full game. But Creativerse, Miscreated, they're all like early accessy kind of games. Now Creativerse, if you're not sure what it is, it's like a Minecraft kind of game. If you'd like us to make a series of that, we will. Myself and Axe, we've already got sort of like a multiplayer game going. I'm teaching him and he's teaching me, you know, what to do or how to do things. So if you'd like it, let me know. Could you leave me a comment perhaps? Or if you've seen a game on the market that you would like to see somebody or myself make a series of, again, leave us a comment and we'll see what we can do. Because I would like to, you know, expand somewhat. I know I've done it in the past. Like now, Life is Feudal. Now I'm gonna have to perhaps in my next video is explain. I was started this game of Life is Feudal. We were doing quite well, but I installed this bloody security program on my computer called AVG. Now AVG in the past has worked fine for me with no trouble at all, but for some reason it would not let me play that particular game of Life is Feudal anymore. I deactivated the AVG, I deleted the AVG, and yet it still won't let me get back onto that server. So that is the reason why Life is Feudal has been put on hold at the moment. No other reason whatsoever, because it is a great game. But if you would like to see us start up another fresh Life is Feudal game, I'm more than willing to get into that, because that was a great game. But I need to do it soon before I actually forget on what we need to do. I have, to be honest, already forgotten a hell of a lot, so it will be like a new learning curve for me as well. So yeah, if you would like any of those particular games or any other game that you can think of, give me a shout, leave me a comment or something down below and let us know. I've also got my Twitch channel up and running. If you would like to see a few videos on there, follow, you know, just click the link down below, and you can watch us on there. Now what I'm doing on there at the moment is I'm doing the odd video of, you know, the sort of things that players don't like, you know, well, viewers probably wouldn't want to see, going around doing all the gathering and things like that. Say this particular game, you know, going into the shops and getting a few crowbars and going off and using those crowbars on cars and things like that. So that's the sort of thing I'm using Twitch for at the moment, just to see if I can get any views, to be honest. But sometimes, 9 times out of 10, you know, when you're streaming like that, something unexpected could just jump up in front of you. It was like those cars that we exploded the other day. Now, as luck would have it, I had my recorder already up and running, but if I'd have had Twitch up and running, again, that would have been the same. I could have streamed that live, but again, because I had the recorder up and running, I was able to record it and stick it on YouTube rather than Twitch. So yeah. Anyway, but you know, give us a follow on the old Twitch channel. I do plan on doing a few other games on there. Like I said, Creativerse, Isolation. What's the other one? I'm loving it. Miscreated. Now, see that Miscreated. Now that's another game similar to this one. And they've just implemented building things on that, so you can actually build walls, doors and things like that, and shelters or what have you. They've got bikes. I think the mechanics is maybe just slightly a little bit better than this game, whereas as far as vehicles are concerned, you have to go around and search not just for battery plugs, but oil, drive belts, wheels, tyres, you know, all that sort of stuff. But hey, it is clear. I can see clearly now, the fog has gone. Don't want to see you lot. You lot should be asleep. Sod off. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you before we log off. I'm going to take a bit of damage here, but yeah. This space over here, as we know, is our garden centre. If you like, I'm going to quickly jump on it and I will show you what I was on about earlier on. That. It's on a ground tamper. Okay. Sorry for the noise. It's on a ground tamper. I have to re-enter the code for the door. I've done it quick because there's no security whatsoever there. So if you're having the same sort of issues with your ground tampered doors, or even, you know, the deck foundation doors, could you let us know? Oh dear, I'm hungry. Yeah, could you let us know that, you know, if you're having the same problems, then I've got nothing to worry about. I've not checked up on Reddit yet to see whether other people have moaned and groaned about it. Perhaps I should keep a closer tab on that old Reddit, you know, but you know, I don't. But anyway, if you like what you've seen today, as per usual, my good friends, could you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and perhaps share my videos? Again, as usual, would be much appreciated. So thank you for sparing your time to watch these videos, and I shall catch you all in the next episode. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.